Although sometimes it could be fun to accessorize. And that's when someone far more powerful than me saw to my radiance and thought, that won't do. She robbed me of the light erupting from within and gave me a subtle, enduring gleam in its place. She decided that it would fit me much better. She was a ninth generation kindred, just like you. An apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me the peak of human excellence, my real place in the food chain. It's such an eyesore when you look at some loudmouth braggart and see them for all they really are. The temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Well, my sire's lesson about fate, a message saying, you're essentially doomed to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It almost drove me to destroy myself. What saved me was the ability to reinterpret her teachings. Hers wasn't a message of doom, it was a message of hope. Fate exists, and one can shape it if given the right tools. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting for the job. She considered them toys, and me just her amusing subject. Well, she's deader than dead now, and I'm still here, standing right where she stood when we first met. You might have wondered how I've learned about your arrival to JFK Airport. My answer is, of course, destiny. As luck would have it, today happens to be the day some of my associates were inspecting the coffins. Driving you here straight from the plane and having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place was a little desperate, and I do apologize for it. But it is so rare for you to visit New York 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? You've never eager to inform me you're here. I understand that you had that meeting on 53rd Street later tonight, so I'll provide a comfortable transport. I value our relationship very much, don't get me wrong. But it is precisely because I value it that I'm going to ask you to repay the favor you owe me. You're the only one I trust to do the job well, and without attracting attention. You might think I'm crazy asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. We do live in one, after all. You might think it's impossible to get away with it unpunished. But this is New York, and I don't know about other cities, but in this one, fate really exists. And right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. Your phone rings. It's your boss, again. The setting sun that filled your high-rise office an hour ago is gone. The city looks like an ocean of light from up here, spreading from miles to the north. You pick up. You're about to call it a day. Forget about the world of fintech and decompress at home. No dice. One of the investors wants to meet with you. His voice, as always, is the perfect mix of authority and sleaze. He'll come by in your office in an hour. You look at the clock. An hour? He's got to be kidding. Yeah, I know, but stick around. He's a heavyweight. You'll want to make a good impression. Fine. You grit your teeth a little. The boss hangs up. 2 hours. Might as well pour another coffee into yourself and figure out how best to use this to your advantage. You suspect everyone knows that, no, you're not actually not happy with your current position. That, in fact, you feel squished against the glass ceiling that comes with the territory. Sure, your idiot superior might have gotten you the job only because he's the CEO's golfing buddy, but to you, you're going to put an unholy amount of work into your advancement. Times were you just laugh off the idea of staying at the office until 9 p.m. You'd had a partner to go home to, the nightly Netflix and chill ritual to perform, complete with pizza or Chinese takeout. Ever since, you moved up the ladder, though your hours have only gotten longer. Food, mostly at the company cafeteria, sometimes takeout, always in a rush. You praise the heavens for your crazy metabolism and dread the day it finally decides to give up. Rest? At this point, the cleaning lady who takes care of your apartment probably spends more time in your bedroom than you. You flash back to your boss quoting Shakespeare to impress his new, extremely attractive. an uncomfortably young secretary. Oh, hello, Count Carrion. Welcome to the chat. For some must watch, while some must sleep. So runs the world away. Drinks, mostly with colleagues. They pretty much hate you at this point. Another flashback, this time to the most profitable quarter in this company's history. Still, the board decides that layoffs were in order. Your boss didn't feel like letting people know in person, so he passed that privilege on to you. Gotta hand it to him, he always knew how to pick his battles. Of course, it's welcome aboard. But maybe, just maybe, tonight is the night it's all going to change. You decide to play the good looks angle. Nothing too slutty. You leave your blouse slightly unbuttoned. Check your ass if it looks good as you remembered it in your pencil skirt. Mirror says yes. It's not something you're proud of, but you become too jaded to care. I certainly know that feeling well. Knowing your luck, the investor is going to be one of two types. Investor. A self-obsessed Musk wannabe in his 20s, or a fat old pervert drenched in cologne. You hear the elevator ding. Time to get the show on the road. You take one final look in the mirror and fix your hair as the footsteps echo across the empty hallway. The man who approaches your office is not what you expected. He's slick, to be sure, but he seems to be a bit more refined than your usual company man. Expensive suit, matching tie and shirt, confident in his stride, surprisingly good looking. Good evening. I hope this unforeseen visit isn't too much of an inconvenience. Oop, that did not pick up at all. Good evening. I hope this unforeseen visit isn't too much of an inconvenience. God, that voice, you're taken aback by how smooth and strong it is, and his eyes, steel blue, cold, intense. He's all business, professional, treats you in a manner that's appropriate to your stature. When he speaks, he actually looks you in the eye and not at your cleavage. He asks some questions about your work, tells you how he noticed your input after talking to the CEO, another golfing buddy, and comes charmingly close to calling your boss an incompetent doofus. All the while you try and guess his accent, can't place it. European, sure, but where from? Okay, gotta do a European accent for him. I know I've kept you long, but would you indulge me and join me for a quick drink? Of course. For a minute it seems like he wasn't that kind of guy. But what the hell, you go with it. He seems nice enough. Besides, it's not like you have other plans. The investor has a limo waiting downstairs, and the driver takes you to a high-end restaurant in Williamsburg. A seat is waiting for you in the deluxe lounge. It's just the two of you. God, I love the background art of this game. It's very beautiful. Gotta absolutely capture the gothic punk aesthetic of it. You talk about this and that. Your companion seems to have a knack for history. So tell me, what would you do if you had full control of the company? You almost choke on your wine. This is your chance. You say what's been on your mind for months, but hide it behind a veneer of professional corpo babble. Refocusing, listening to your instincts for once. Restructuring, kicking out your boss. Aggressively pursuing new markets, getting the hell away from these horrible people. I feel like we went down a similar path when I signed my contract, that's to be sure. He likes the sound of that. He leans forward, his eyes flash with intensity and something else. A strange emotion that wasn't there before. You'll do just fine. His words echo inside your head as you black out. You wake up, God knows only how much later. As you try to piece together what happened, you hear a familiar voice. The investor, or whoever the hell he is, talking to someone. You suddenly recall snippets, fragmented memories. His sapphire eyes intently locked with yours, his teeth suddenly longer and sharper, and something else. A feeling on your neck that takes you back to your last orgasm. A company trip to Florida. A sweaty room, the cutie from HR who doesn't work there anymore, and then darkness. Yes, I'm done here. Consider my debt paid. The investor pushes the other figure aside and walks away from the lounge, barely bothering to look at you. The door locks behind him. Some time passes before you find the strength to get up from the couch. You touch your lips. Blood. Did that asshole hit you? You try to stand up, but your head is pounding and your stomach is like a heavy knot, pulling you down. You didn't have that much to drink. You must have spiked your wine. This is bad. You frantically check your clothes. Pristine. Doesn't make any sense. All of a sudden, the feeling hits you unlike anything else you've ever felt before. You fall to the floor, writhing in all-encompassing pain and hunger. Hunger. The kind that makes your insides burn, that cannot be denied. You tried to calm yourself down with a breathing exercise they taught you in some bullshit mindfulness course. That's when it hits you. You're not breathing. And holy shit, your heart should be jumping out of your chest with that realization, but it's not moving, not even a beat. The door unlocks. You hear a startled voice. A young man in a waiter's outfit, his accent thick with an Eastern European harshness, leans over and asks if you're alright. For a brief moment, you wonder what the hell he's doing here. Everything is wrong. Then his smell reaches your nostrils. It's intoxicating. Everything feels right again. He holds out his arm to help you stand up. You grab it firmly with both hands and then you bite down. You sink your teeth right next to the old-school pin-up tattoo of Rita Hayworth on his forearm. It takes you a moment to process what you're doing. A part of you wants to break away, but a stronger voice implores you to keep drinking. One thing becomes clear. You are definitely enjoying this. He only struggles a little and quickly falls to his knees. You can see his eyes now, pale, blue, and confused. You only bring yourself to let him go once he collapses onto the floor. Your bite leaves a mess of his forearm. Poor Rita, all bloodied, missing half a face. Did you just drink this guy's blood? Spit out a piece of torn flesh. Why? Where? What was in that fucking wine? Achievement. The managerial call. Become embraced into the Ventru clan. Barely able to focus, your heart and your lungs still motionless, you reach for your phone and dial 911. 911 operator, what's your emergency? Okay. Let's see how, my heart stopped, can't breathe, I killed somebody. One of these is a really bad decision to say, so I'm going to simply say I can't breathe. I can't breathe! Also, yep, very, very pretty archetypical Ventru. Ma'am, where are you right now? The door to the lounge swings open. The man who enters is not the one who brought you here, though there are similarities. He's tall, for one, broad-shouldered, handsome, dressed in an immaculate suit, but his skin is darker, and the look on his face tells you he's not here to negotiate a deal. He notices the smartphone in your hand. Pass me that phone if you want to live. I can't recall if this man's supposed to be familiar or not. He does look a little bit like a more serious, business-minded Ozzy Osbourne. The man's voice is persuasive, calm but carrying clear threat. He's got the aura of a viciously efficient corporate shark. You find it hard to argue with him. Ma'am? Hello? I apologize for wasting your time. My new colleague got drunk and is now trying to impress everyone with her antics. Good night. He disconnects the call and places your phone in his pocket. For whatever reason, you can barely take your eyes off the stranger. As hypnotizing as his presence is, though, it is also highly discomforting. Good evening, miss. I'm here to pick you up. Who are you? What I just said. I'm your guide through this perilous night. The stranger approaches the waiter and examines his body. Good ethical condition, but he might live. Anyway, he then sets his sight on you. I know this is all new to you, but I've dealt with hundreds of strays like you. and going by experience, they tend to fall into two categories. First, there are the smart ones who